started to talk about what we were doing, and we told him we want to do a game. He said, well, I'm a storyteller. If you want to do a game with a story, I'll be happy to help. And by the way, I'm currently working with someone whom you may know. He's called Moebius, star designer. And so we started this venture in 1995 and learned it, of course, the hard way. And this intuition that we had at the very beginning of our company, that it was probably possible to bring together artists to create an interactive experience in which characterization and story are essential to the experience. This is really what drove us at that time, and for me at least still is today. Now, I would say it took me personally 10 years to bring to the market a first project that I can say I'm satisfied with. After selling my company, I joined another creator, David Cage, who had set up a company called Quantic Dream in 1997. And I had produced over 20 games, somewhere successful, like The Ring. I'm very proud to have adapted The Ring of the Nibelungen from Richard Wagner in 1998, which sold 500,000 copies. But still, you know, we were game after game coming closer to being able to tell a story in an interactive way, to solve this very difficult equation, but still not getting there, And one day I met David Cage, and he told me, you know what, I know what you're doing. I'm working along the same alley, and I think I have an idea. I think that I can solve this equation. And he told me about his concept. That was in 2003, actually. He told me about this concept of considering the story like a rubber band. He told me, you know what? The trouble is we're never going to be able to create an experience that is totally interactive, that will give total freedom to someone and still keep the essence of narration, that is, basically, go from point A to point B in a satisfactory manner. What I mean by satisfactory manner is to tell something that is meaningful. Now, he came up with this idea of bending stories. Basically, you consider the story like a rubber band. A rubber band can be stretched, can be deformed. Basically, you can go to one point to the other point, but you can choose certain paths and alleys, and give, therefore, the possibility of the player, through his actions, to control the story. Your actions have consequences, and you are more and more in control of the story. Now, if you imagine a game with 10, 15 hours of gameplay cut into different chapters or scenes, and if you consider all your scenes like a rubber band, then basically at the end, what you have is an experience that is driven by narration, gives the possibility to the player to tell a story through his actions.